The earth trembled, a harbinger of the ancient forces stirring beneath the surface. The ground shook violently, as if the very core of the planet was awakening from a deep slumber. Ancient prophecies whispered of this moment, foretelling the rise of legendary beings who would shape the fate of the world. These scrolls, hidden away for centuries, spoke of a time when the old gods would return. Godzilla, the king of monsters, rose from the depths of the ocean, his massive form breaking through the waves. The sea churned around him, a testament to his immense power and ancient lineage. His dorsal plates glowed with radioactive fury, illuminating the dark waters with an eerie light. This glow was a warning, a signal of the destructive force that lay within him. He was a force of nature, unstoppable and primal, embodying the raw power of the earth itself. His roar echoed across the land, a sound that struck fear into the hearts of all who heard it. Across the world, another king stirred. In the dense jungles of Skull Island, King Kong, the mighty guardian, began to awaken from his slumber. Kong, the guardian of Skull Island, sensed a disturbance in the balance of nature. His keen instincts alerted him to the presence of a formidable adversary. His roar echoed across the ocean, a challenge and a promise. It was a declaration of his intent to defend his territory and his people. He would protect his own, no matter the cost. His determination was unwavering, his strength unmatched. From the hidden heart of the Amazon, Shimo, the forgotten god, awoke. His presence had been concealed for millennia, buried deep within the ancient temple. Wings of fire unfurled, casting shadows across the jungle. The flames danced in the darkness, heralding the return of a powerful deity. He had been slumbering for millennia, his power unimaginable. Now, as he awakened, the air crackled with energy, and the ground trembled beneath his might. Now, something had roused him. A call that could not be ignored, a force that demanded his presence. And then, there was Skar King. Emerging from the shadows, this dark entity brought with him an aura of malevolence and dread. A being of pure malice, born of darkness and chaos. His very existence was a blight upon the world, a harbinger of doom. His laughter echoed across the heavens, a promise of destruction. It was a sound that chilled the soul, a prelude to the chaos he intended to unleash. He craved dominion over all, a relentless desire to control and dominate. His ambition knew no bounds. His power was absolute, his hunger insatiable. The world trembled at the thought of his reign, a dark era that threatened to consume all. Godzilla, a walking nuclear reactor, possessed a power unmatched. His atomic breath could level mountains, his hide impervious to conventional weapons. He was the embodiment of nature's wrath. Kong, a mountain of muscle and fury, relied on his strength and agility. His intelligence was keen, his fighting spirit unbreakable. He was the last of his kind, a protector against the darkness. Shimo, the forgotten god, commanded the elements themselves. Fire danced at his command, lightning struck where he pointed. He was ancient, powerful, and vengeful. Skar King, a being of pure energy, manipulated reality itself. He could warp space and time, unleashing devastating attacks. His very presence twisted the fabric of existence. The ancient city of Angkor Wat, Cambodia, a place of power, shrouded in mystery and legend. For centuries it stood as a testament to human ingenuity and the divine, but today it would become the stage for a battle unlike any other. Here, where the veil between worlds was thin, the air was thick with anticipation. The jungle seemed to hold its breath, the ancient stones whispering secrets of the past. It was here that destiny had chosen its stage. Here, titans would clash, their roars echoing through the ages. The ground trembled as the first of these mighty beings made his presence known. Godzilla, drawn by an ancient call, arrived first. His massive form emerged from the depths, water cascading off his scales. He moved with purpose, each step a declaration of his dominance. He surveyed the ruined temples, his eyes glowing with an eerie light. The ancient structures seemed to bow before him, acknowledging his power. But Godzilla was not here to be worshipped, he was here to fight. He sensed a kindred spirit, a worthy opponent. The air crackled with energy as he waited, his senses on high alert. He knew he was not alone. Kong, following the scent of battle, arrived soon after. His powerful strides shook the earth, his eyes burning with determination. He had come to prove himself, to defend his territory. He pounded his chest, a challenge to any who dared oppose him. His roar echoed through the ruins, a primal call to arms. He was ready to face any threat, no matter how formidable. He would protect this world, even if it meant facing down a god. His resolve was unshakable, his spirit indomitable. The stage was set, but the battle was far from over. Shimo descended from the heavens, a fiery meteor streaking across the sky. His arrival was heralded by a blaze of light, a celestial announcement of his presence. He landed with a thunderous crash, shaking the very foundations of the ancient city. The impact sent shockwaves through the earth, a testament to his immense power. This was his domain now. The flames and smoke swirled around him, creating an aura of destruction. He was a force of nature, unstoppable and unyielding. Skar King materialized in the center of the ruins, a vortex of dark energy swirling around him. His presence was a void, a black hole of malevolence. He surveyed the assembled titans with disdain. To him they were mere insects, obstacles to be crushed underfoot. His eyes glowed with a malevolent light, promising destruction. They were insects, obstacles to be crushed. The battlefield was drawn, and the titans were ready. The clash of these mighty beings would echo through eternity, a testament to their power and resolve. The battle began with a roar. Godzilla and Kong, ancient rivals, charged. Their first clash shook the earth, sending tremors across the globe. It was a battle for the ages, brute force against primal fury. Shimo, wings ablaze, unleashed a torrent of fire upon Skar King. The dark entity laughed, the flames parting around him. He retaliated with a wave of pure energy, throwing the fire god back. The battlefield became a maelstrom of energy and destruction. Ancient temples crumbled, the very air crackling with power. It was a fight to the death, a struggle for the fate of the world. Godzilla, wounded but not broken, unleashed his atomic breath. The blue fire engulfed Kong, momentarily blinding the giant ape. But Kong, fueled by rage and determination, fought on. Section 5. Fury of the Deep. Godzilla, sensing an advantage, pressed his attack. He slammed into Kong again and again, driving the ape back towards the edge of the ruined city. The ground crumbled beneath their feet. Kong, desperate, unleashed a thunderous roar. He beat his chest, a primal challenge that echoed through the ages. He would not fall, not while the world still needed him. Shimo, recovering from Skar King's attack, unleashed his full fury. Lightning bolts rained down upon the dark entity, each one powerful enough to level a city. But Skar King remained unmoved. Skar King, his eyes glowing with malice, teleported behind Shimo. He unleashed a wave of pure darkness, engulfing the fire god in a vortex of pain. Shimo screamed, his cries echoing across the ravaged landscape. Section 6. Kong's Sacrifice. Kong, seeing Shimo fall, knew he had to act. He charged past Godzilla, ignoring the burning pain in his side. He had to buy Shimo time to recover, even if it cost him his life. Kong slammed into Skar King with the force of a meteor. The impact sent shockwaves rippling through the air, shattering what remained of the ancient temples. But Skar King was unmoved. Skar King, amused by Kong's defiance, raised his hand. A bolt of dark energy shot out, piercing Kong's chest. The giant ape roared in pain, his grip on Skar King weakening. Godzilla, seeing Kong's sacrifice, felt a surge of respect for his old enemy. He let out a deafening roar, a challenge and a promise. He would finish this fight, for Kong, for the world. Section 7. Shimo's Wrath. Shimo, battered but alive, rose from the rubble. He had witnessed Kong's sacrifice, felt the giant ape's determination. He would not let that sacrifice be in vain. Shimo drew upon the power of the very earth itself. The air crackled with energy, the ground beneath Skar King's feet turning molten. The forgotten god was unleashing his full power. A wave of fire, hotter than the sun, erupted from Shimo's outstretched wings. It engulfed Skar King, momentarily blinding the dark entity. The air itself seemed to scream, the very fabric of reality twisting. Godzilla, seizing the opportunity, charged forward. His dorsal plates glowed with an eerie blue light, his roar shaking the heavens. He would end this once and for all. Section 8. The Final Stand. Godzilla slammed into Skar King with the force of 1,000 earthquakes. The dark entity staggered, his form flickering for the briefest of moments. It was the opening Godzilla had been waiting for. Godzilla unleashed his atomic breath, a beam of pure energy that ripped through the air. It struck Skar King dead on, engulfing the dark entity in a blinding white light. The very air vibrated with power. The light faded, revealing a crater where Skar King once stood. The air was silent, the only sound the crackling of energy and the heavy breathing of the titans. Had they won? Shimo, his wings singed and torn, landed beside Godzilla. They had fought as one, these ancient enemies, united against a common foe, but at what cost? Section 9. A Glimmer in the Ashes. As the dust settled, a faint glow emanated from the center of the crater. The battlefield, once a cacophony of destruction and chaos, now lay eerily silent. The air was thick with the remnants of smoke and ash, a testament to the fierce battle that had just taken place. It pulsed with an eerie light, growing stronger with each passing moment. The glow seemed almost alive, as if it were breathing, expanding and contracting in a rhythm that was both mesmerizing and terrifying. It was a beacon in the darkness, a signal that something powerful and ancient was stirring. Skar King was not gone, not yet. The energy emanating from the crater was unmistakable. It was the same dark power that had fueled Skar King's reign of terror. The ground trembled slightly, as if the earth itself was aware of the impending doom. Godzilla and Shimo, sensing the resurgence of their enemy's power, exchanged a look. Their eyes, filled with a mix of determination and weariness, spoke volumes. They had faced many battles before, but this one felt different. The stakes were higher, the enemy more formidable. They had won this battle, but the war was far from over. The landscape around them was a stark reminder of the cost of their victory. Buildings lay in ruins, and the ground was scarred with the marks of their fierce struggle. Yet, amidst the devastation, there was a glimmer of hope. The fight for the fate of the world had just begun. The Titans knew that they could not rest, not yet. They had to prepare for the next battle, for the true test of their strength and resolve was still to come. The future was uncertain, but they were ready to face it head-on. The glow intensified, casting long shadows across the ruined city. The light seemed to stretch and reach out as if trying to reclaim the world from the darkness. It was a hauntingly beautiful sight, a reminder of the delicate balance between light and dark. A low growl echoed from the depths of the crater, filled with rage and a terrible promise. Skar King would return. The sound was a chilling reminder that the battle was far from over. It was a promise of vengeance, a vow that the darkness would rise again. The fate of the world hung in the balance, the future uncertain. Every moment was a ticking clock, counting down to the next inevitable clash. The Titans stood at the precipice of a new era, one that would be defined by their courage and strength. The Titans had fought bravely, but even their combined might not be enough to stop the darkness that threatened to consume all. They were the last line of defense, the final hope in a world teetering on the edge of oblivion. The battle for the future had only just begun.